so dangerous out, and it's not even funny.
Every single emoji?
Yeah.
DeepSeek, the AI artificial intelligence.
Really important. We just came across some very
I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist. Most of my activities like playing with model fireworks or model railways or playing complicated games was aimed in some way at finding out.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love.
All right, this is oh man. And now they say they've even found him and like some Epstein things, and he's into some weird things. Supposedly he's been to the island. That's what they say. That's what they say. What does he do? Like just like go to the island and say, let me explain the formulas. Like what's he doing at the island? Wait, I don't want to know what he was. Never mind.
Tedi Ganja crew, triple cheese. Hey. Woo. Yeah, let's go to the mountain. Yeah.
Every single emoji?
Yeah.
Yo, literally, I think the original 72 emojis that they created for the Windows PC, Mac, iOS, everything.
Yeah.
Those emojis, they're secretly demonic sigils.
Oh, really?
So do you ever hear about the lesser, I think it's called the Lesser Book of Solomon?
No, I haven't.
So there's this book, you know King Solomon in the Bible?
Yeah.
He's the one that was able to tame every single demon. And he wrote a book. And in the book, he wrote these sigils, which would control, but also summon certain demons.
What the heck?
And and guess how many there were?
72
exactly. So secretly, every single emoji fan is actually a demonic sigil to summon a demon. Check this out.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Let me see.
So every single emoji,
Like
if you
even a
look at
laughing emoji?
every single emoji. Look at this.
Whoa.
So you see that? The X is on the eyes. You see this?
Oh, it like recreated, but this is his actual thing.
Now check this out. Boom. Remember the smoke one? Yeah. Yo, it's not even like by accident. Because this shit could feel like an accident, but look. You're telling me that's an accident?
Oh,
You're telling me this is an accident?
No, that one.
The crying emoji with the tears and it makes the exact sigil? Come on.
No.
Stop playing. That's real. Look at this one. With the teeth? Yo, it's not a game.
Yo.
This shit is real.
So like the original 72, he was
Look at
already
this one.
drawn out.
It's all the same, fam. Look, with the eyes, the glasses,
My
with the
goodness.
teeth. Look, you see the two? The teeth.
What the?
Yeah, fam. This is not a game, bro.
Shit, bro.
Yo, red alert.
Yeah,
Like, yo, that has red alert. Why are we allowing this? The zipper? Down to the zipper fucking emoji, bro. That's wild.
Oh my gosh, bro.
So this whole time, us sending emojis may have been summoning demons. That's fucked up.
No, don't put it like that.
So what is it for then?
Time.
So what is it for?
To make the sentence more emotional.
No, but why did they do that?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Wait, I know why I use emojis. Yeah, it like gives, a little like flair to the text, but oh my god, so they were Roman sigils the entire time and they just like have I seen these types of things before in different clips? I don't know. I don't know. I am just confused. And what does this mean? What does this mean? Are we just gonna stop using? No, I'm still gonna use emojis. What the hell? That was the original 72. Now there's like 90 different variations since the original 72. Oh boy, but the original 72 are still in there, and they just still, make them different, look a little bit different colors and a little bit of changes, and they're like whole new set. Oh boy.
I'm not fat shaming anybody, but why do I need to buy Dunkin' Donuts conditioner and shampoo that smells like donuts?
And body wash.
I got fatter just looking at these. Oh yeah, deodorant too.
I love this. I love Dunkin' Donuts, and unfortunately, I'm okay smelling like donuts all the time, or coffee, or just Dunkin'. Just the essence of a Dunkin' Donuts. You'll know. You walk in there and you smell it. You're like, every Dunkin' smells the same because that's just how they smell.
the type of mystery I wish we had more of, because I'm a little tired of having world-shattering news hit the forefront of my phone twice a day. There are sculptures around the central Oregon city of Bend that have been acquiring googly eyes. It has garnered so much attention that it has hit talk shows. And personally, I think this is one of the most harmless things someone can do while also remaining unknown. The city has come out with a statement saying, quote, while the googly eyes placed on the various pieces around town might give you a chuckle, it costs money to remove them with care to not damage the art. And interestingly, it was posted on Facebook. A lot of people had adverse reactions to their post by saying, why are you wasting resources on such a harmless thing? Why aren't you taking care of the homelessness or just making our infrastructure better? And a lot of aware people were coming after them. Understandably, like graffiti, the city doesn't want their sculptures getting damaged or defamed or whatever. But I do have to agree with the mob vote here. If you have time to make posts and take googly eyes off of statues, I feel like you have time to work on the homelessness, food scarcity, housing, and infrastructure, and actual hard-hitting issues in your city.
Yeah, 100%. What the hell? What the hell? You focus on something better. This is not... There's better things for you to focus on. Move that money and do the things that you need to do, not this. Not this. Someone else can look into the Google. They'll probably fall off by themselves over time. Okay, you didn't need to put anyone to go remove those things. Man, that is wild. But actually, they kind of look better with the googly eyes. It gave it a nice, like, funny feeling.
Sorry, guys, but I got to talk about the transatlantic telegraph cable again. So yesterday, Brian and I were clowning on the idea that they laid a cable across the Atlantic Ocean 1,500 miles long using 2 wooden ships back in the 1850s for a telegraph. Yeah, I know. We're stupid for not believing that. And so I'm going to apologize.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
The only thing I'm sorry about is that we did not have more facts to point out how ridiculous the story is. So check this out. They didn't invent the telegraph until 1844. So in 1858, only 14 years later, they decided they needed a cable to go across the whole ocean to take advantage of this technology. Now, here's the thing. In the 1850s, they invented the telephone. The first patent on the telephone was not secured until 1876 by Alexander Graham Bell. But still, the technology was there, and it was clearly much better because we still use it today. Now, this existing cable could not be used for telephone communication. So when did they lay the first telephone cable? Not till 1956, almost 100 years later. Why not? Well, you might say you can use radio waves to transmit telephone messages. Well, you can also use radio waves to transmit telegraph messages. So, what's the rub here? Why? I don't know, guys. Call me a skeptic, call me stupid, call me whatever you want, but I just don't believe it.
I think it had to do with infrastructure and management. Was it cheaper to do these wires and cables? I mean, it looks like they have pictures of them, so it's got to be like some documented proof that they did do this. I mean, and then in 1956 they must have done it too, because we got pictures of that too, right? I mean, like they wouldn't just say, hey, we did this whole thing and you guys are using this, unless it was infrastructure that was already here on Earth that we then tapped into and we found out in 1850, then engineered it for the 1950s and made it. Oh my god, I'm spiraling already. Hey, everything's fine here. This is why we have the internet. Hey, you're watching me right now thanks to these cables that they've set in for quite some time, or potentially the cables have always been here and it's another one of those things. What if it's the aliens in the water that's the ones managing the cables and they're like, we use this for something else? I have many questions. I'm spiraling.
It's getting so dangerous out, and it's not even funny. Even in the movies, they show you that all these people are undercover witches. And I mean, really, in 1 second. But, you know, I've been seeing tons of videos of all these witches getting together to conjure up demonic spells. But who do you think they were really going after? Put it this way, in the 1st century, Satan was going after the on-fire Christians. The lukewarm Christians were completely left alone to their own devices, because there's nothing more dangerous than walking in utmost wickedness. If you don't understand the subliminal of this movie, then allow me. These witches are all wearing masks, showing us that all the people in the very high places, you know, high principalities of wickedness whatsoever, that these people are all undercover witches. And I sure hope that you do know the highest classification and title for a witch or a Luciferianist. But see, it also shows you just how hideous these witches are underneath their mask. Like that movie They Live. We're not seeing the real image. One day that'll be clear. Because everything that we know in this day and age is all lies stacked upon one another. And the battle between good and evil is very real, and we're about to see the climax.
Nah, everything's wrong here. There's witches are misunderstood. You stop it. You stop it, Moon Henry. You stop doing the things. I know what you're doing. You stop it. Hey, there's such thing as Wiccan. There's such thing as witchcraft, and there's people that do delve in witchcraft rituals for their own religious needs. Hey, whatever your religion is, I'm not here to change it. I'm not here to make you scared of it. Hey, you accept your religion for what it is. You do whatever your religion tells you to do. It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm not here to change that. But I will tell you, with my experience, when it comes to witchcraft or even witches of sorts, whether it's a man or a woman that practices witchcraft, I've had fine experiences. No one's ever tried to come after me. No one's ever tried to curse me. No one's ever tried to do things. Most of the things that they're trying to do is the same things we're trying to achieve as well. They want a happy family. They want money. They want long life. They want all the things. So, hey, this is what their religion tells them. And I've also met Luciferians, Satanists. Yeah, they're out there. And it's surprising. And they will openly tell you what they believe, you know? It's okay. Let them.
Do you have any stories of entities that start as a voice, try to offer an engagement, and then they have to prove themselves and actually end up doing so?
The first time I experienced it, I was a teenager. I was having a lot of trouble in my family and in my house, and I just leave all the time and go to the woods. So I went to the woods and to the beach, and I picked up a rock, and I said to Spirit, if you're there, show me. And it was a rainy day in Seattle. It was raining on the beach, sitting there in the rain on the beach, holding this rock. And I go, show me you're there. And I threw the rock in the water. Literally, the clouds parted and a sunbeam shone on where I had thrown the rock. So I'll ask for verification and I'll receive it.
I didn't need a lady to like verify this for me. It's like either when it comes to spirits and entities, you know, I don't need no verification. I don't need no satisfaction. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need no satisfaction. Sorry, it's better than something else. But like, you know, spirits and entities, it's your own feeling, you know. If you are in tune, you can definitely, and everyone has the capability to be in tune. Trust me. I've been to mediumship classes. I've done the entire thing. Trust me. They say I'm a great person at reading many things. They say that for everything I touch. I'm just like, oh, Teddy, you should be a Reiki master. Oh, Teddy, you need to be a medium and sell your things and do all the things. I'm like, oh man, dude, I don't know if I have the time. I'm kind of scared. I don't want to keep hearing the things all the time. I have many issues. It's fine.
Saying that NASA figured out that we're actually living in these sort of civilizational cycles that we really have no control over. They're kind of these hard resets.
Exactly.
Maybe we're headed towards one right now.
And in order
they're
to
hiding it.
And in order to cover it up, they blocked all knowledge of the binary star companion so that that whole cycle would not be understood.
That's insane.
Is it though?
I don't know. I mean, I need to.
If there was an asteroid,
details,
and I'm not saying this in an apocalyptic way, because I would actually, the next part of this is we should talk about how I believe we may be able to prevent that.
Okay.
But what I mean is, if governments knew about a giant asteroid coming towards the Earth or a comet, would they tell everybody?
Maybe not.
Widespread panic.
Sure.
Complete society collapsing.
And you're of the opinion that this dead star is headed towards the sun now.
Yes.
And so do you have, based on your
cycles of what we see in ice cores throughout Antarctica and Greenland of a consistency.
And what's your model of how much time we have left based on that?
We're right in it right now.
So
very interesting how consciousness seems to rise at the same time that the sun starts to emit more energy. And this gets into, again, lost civilizations, what they knew.
Wait, how does that get into lost civilizations? You literally just said, oh man, you get a rise in energy in the sun, or heat from the sun, and then boom, your consciousness is more elevated, you have a higher consciousness. Man, I have a high consciousness all the time. I hit that like button pretty hard, man, trust me. But regardless that you don't need to hit the like button to have a high consciousness, so you can tap into consciousness and higher consciousness by supposedly wearing crowns, wearing certain kinds of crystals, doing things certain ways, so that way you can tap into these higher consciousness. Supposedly going to a pyramid can also help, man, you're talking right to them. It's emitting that vibration, and that vibration is unlocking the things, and that's what's making the thing. Sorry, so NASA lying again? Yeah, they've been lying for quite some time. So Dead Star ice core, interesting. Do I believe it? Probably in some timeline, probably in his timeline it's happening. Goon timeline, I feel like I'm gonna continue. He's saying it's happening as we speak. Yeah, let it happen. And it's gonna happen in some parallel timeline, and I'm still gonna continue to exist like the cockroach that I am. It's basically what's gonna happen. Unfortunate for that guy's timeline. Hopefully he decides to hop over and he's like, I had to stop with the crazy. I left that in the other timeline, but now I'm over here on the Goon timeline and everything's okay. The sun didn't end up getting engulfed by the Dead Star didn't end up getting engulfed by the sun. There's many things. Everything's fine. Anyone else addicted to Fortnite? You know what's crazy? When the PS5 network went down yesterday, I ended up having to log into Fortnite in order to make my Black Ops 6 game work. It was wild. But I don't enjoy Fortnite. I don't like that third person view. I need to play first person. It's like people are allergic to humor these days. Oh boy. Many people waiting on them gummy bears to kick in. Hey, what's going on, Mike? How you doing? How's it going? God alive, 46 likes and I am 2 of them. Oh snap, I'm a madman. Smash that like button. Just starting to play the guitar, Heather. It is hard. It's definitely hard.
My boyfriend just told me that he thinks that maybe humanity is cursed and it's because of the dinosaurs. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, what if the dinosaurs are just really big dicks and they're around for like 160 million years and they're trampling all over everybody and they didn't give a shit about anyone. They were like ruining the planet and God got sick of it and he just set a meteor down and killed them all. And I was like, okay, so why are we cursed? And he goes, well, it's because humans came around and we dug up all the dinosaur juice, the oil, and we started burning it and burning the planet again. And now that's why we're cursed. And I was like, oh, so it's like an ancient pet cemetery type thing. And he goes, yeah, that.
Buddies, why you gotta do this to me? 100% we doing the curses and we doing the rituals and we don't even realize if and only if the oil, aka the fossil fuels, is truly fossil fuels and coming from dinosaurs. You really think that many dinosaurs are fossilized and turned into fossil fuels, and that's why we have infinite amount of fossil fuels coming out of the earth all the time for all this time? How much longer till we run out of fossil? Oh, we never run out. It just keeps coming. What if it's a waste product from the aliens in the water, and that's why we just keep tapping into more, and they're like, I don't know what ends up happening with it, but hey, all the waste we put into here, and then somewhere these earth beings from above just take it and they use it for other purposes. It's just like fluoride, how it was like waste product, and then they were like, hey, let's just put it into the water and it can be used for other purposes. We're just reusing all the things. Sorry, this turned into something else. I'm spiraling pretty hard. Didn't even do anything, just spiraling. It's what I do.
DeepSeek, the AI artificial intelligence system, was asked about the possible origins of non-human intelligence. Yeah, NHI they call it. What are the possible origins of this? So someone used DeepSeek and asked, using all available data, please list from most likely to least likely all the possible origins of non-human intelligence, and list it with percentages. So let me just show you what the answers were. In its origin hypothesis probability, extraterrestrial intelligence is 40%, followed by interdimensional intelligence at 30%, ultra-terrestrial intelligence at 15%, future human intelligence at 10%, and artificial intelligence at 3%. I'm guessing ultra-terrestrial would mean something that lives on Earth that we've either already discounted or we don't know about yet. And future human intelligence could mean time travelers. Maybe. Anyway, DeepSeek gives 4 more possibilities. All 2% or under, and you can see them right here. But does that mean non-human intelligence is an actual thing? And could that be what some of these sightings are? Non-human intelligence? Let's take a look at what DeepSeek said. Most likely explanation for non-human intelligence based on current events are extraterrestrial intelligence and interdimensional intelligence. But it also says with the lack of proof, this is all basically speculation. But my question is, what do you think of DeepSeek's answer to the possibility of non-human intelligence? Let me know your opinion in the comment section, Bushkis. Shabadoo.
I like DeepSeek's answer, you know, and it's interesting that it puts AI at 3% of like actually having intelligence. So it's like AI, no, 3%, but extraterrestrial 40%. I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. So yeah, there is a belief out there that there's knowledge that outside of this realm, outside of this space, outside of this time. Yeah, I like all that. I like all the probabilities. And only time will tell once we figure it all out. And then we're going to be the ones that are like, it was just the entire time and all we had to do was just transcend, and then boom, now we know all the answers. Oh boy, when's that time period going to be? Is everyone's transcendence going to happen at a different time? Are we all going to transcend together? I have many questions. But yeah, I'm cool with DeepSeek. I haven't heard anything more about DeepSeek other than it's a competitor to ChatGPT, and I think it does like just as well and for cheaper or something. So yeah, interesting. Good to know. Good to know.
If you think 2025 has been off to a weird start, it's about to get somehow weirder, because there is a Leo full moon on February 12th in which the sun and moon will be squaring off with Uranus, a planet that turns things upside down or sideways, just the direction we least expect. And it is in the 3rd decan of Taurus, a Capricorn decan. Capricorn is all about governments, institutions, hierarchies. So with Uranus in this decan, entire organizations or teams could be disassembled overnight, or an entire team of employees could go on strike, which yes, could include parts of the federal government, but in your own life, it could represent anything consistent, now becoming inconsistent. With Uranus also pertaining to rebellion and protests, I believe the political temperature will continue to rise and we will see some massive protests about a range of things going on. Uranus also rules aviation, so as I described recently, I continue to believe there will be massive shifts in the aviation sector, whether with drones, airplanes, or spacecraft. And we can already see indications of that because this minor collision between 2 airplanes at the Seattle airport today happened while the transiting moon was aligned with Uranus. Also with Uranus representing technology, we could see innovations announced about AI or social media. And Uranus in Taurus, a fixed Earth sign, could signal more seismic activity and earthquakes like the ones we saw on the East Coast and in Greece. With Uranus also in the sign of money, we could see price changes, changes in the economy, or cryptocurrency. Cybersecurity might also be a theme. And if you have major placements in the last decan of the fixed signs, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, or Taurus, then hold on, because your year is about to take a huge turn on this full moon, which could really be a positive development if you're feeling stuck. Are you willing to accept whatever happens?
Bro, I lived through an Aquarius full moon. Now you're telling me I'm going to live through a Leo full moon? Oh, snap. The changes are coming. I'm going to be the thing and I'm going to make it. I'm going to become financially independent and not reliant on anything or any... Sorry. I'm just trying to see. You know, he's saying this is February 12th. There's going to be a full moon. I'm a Leo, so, you know, I'm a Leo.
Phoenix, Arizona? I'm not saying you're next, baby. I'm just saying it's interesting. I think it's interesting that old Billy Boy bought himself 24,000 acres of land right outside of Buckeye, Arizona. I think it's interesting that he bought himself another 2,800 acres within Buckeye, Arizona. I think it's interesting that this happened back in 2020. I think it's really interesting that certain insurance companies are canceling certain policies within Phoenix, Arizona for certain wild things. I think it's interesting that Phoenix, Arizona has now been deemed a high-risk area for wild things. I feel like I've seen this before, which makes this even more interesting, because didn't certain insurance companies cancel certain parts of their policies for wild things like 3 to 5 months before they happened? And now suddenly Phoenix, Arizona is a high risk for wild things. I just think it's interesting how big people buy big plots of land where wild things tend to happen just a few years later. I think it's interesting that where those wild things happen tend to be where smart cities are headed up. But like I said, I didn't say you were next. I just said it was interesting.
I feel like it's next. I feel like everything you just said, you're insinuating it is next. Oh my God, Billy Boy, Bill Gates did that thing. He bought land in Phoenix, Arizona, and he's purchasing more. Similar to like how Oprah bought land and how The Rock bought land, Dwayne The Rock. Oh boy.
This video is going to be really important. We just came across some very critical information about the phenomenon happening in the Northeast. About those things flying in the sky. Now, this actually gets insane because this came out on the Sean Ryan show, and Sean Ryan said he's going into hiding after this. That those things flying in the sky have to do with this situation right behind me, and a certain place that loves dragons. Now, first disclaimers, all of this is allegations coming from mainstream sources at this point. I'm not saying that any of this stuff is Trump is telling you what's being reported. And also that the emails sent from this guy right here have already been validated. So we're not getting into the whole accident. All we're getting into is what he sent in email and his manifesto about all of the things that we've been seeing in the sky. And again, he states that they're coming from the place that loves dragons. This email was again sent by the same person that was in the Cybertruck. So he says it's placed across the ocean. I hate using these dumb words and fill-ins. They were using anti-gravitic technology to be in our sky. And he also says that only we and them have this technology. And that also it was a show of force, basically being like a checkmate. That country basically saying that, oh, y'all in the U.S., you can't do crap, much like the balloon that was in the sky last year, I believe. And this information that was dropped today is actually going to make Sean Ryan go into hiding, allegedly. Let's see his reaction to all the stuff going on.
Hey, what's up? We're doing an emergency episode here with Sam. Received an email from the Green Beret. A little nervous to do this one, but
I wonder why he'd be nervous after that. And if these allegations are true, I wonder why this would be allowed to go on. I did come across this information a few hours before it was released, but because the rules of TikTok, I cannot say it until another mainstream source says it. You can watch the entire interview on Sean Ryan's YouTube channel, and I encourage you to make haste and do that. And right here at this place, you will find very, very long videos that go very, very deeply into things. Things very important going on right now that you should know.
No, you just got clickbaited by Sean Ryan, bro. Come on now. Come on now. He's still making content out there. Yeah, this is a thing that happened, I think like a month back or a month and a half back. There was an explosion and right in front of Trump Tower, and there was a Cybertruck that exploded, and they were like trying to figure out like what happened. They found a note. They found all these things, and yeah. Things are happening. Things are happening, and people are ensuring that information is kept secret. And without people like this that are blowing up Cybertrucks and, you know, exposing the truths, I guess Moon Henry's saying that that's being hidden. But I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, that was horrible. That was like a terrorist attack, you know, unless I'm missing something. He's like, no, read the things that he read. Dude, that guy was going through like a mental episode. There was no, like, this isn't a United Healthcare situation where, yeah, I kind of understand. This was like a true attack that this guy did, you know? There was no conspiracy. Oh my God. Then again, that's exactly what they want you to think. There's conspiracy behind everything. There's no real shootings out there. They're all just actors. They're all just crisis actors. And everyone's, oh my God, I'm spatting. I'm saying too many things. YouTube, I already know. You're gonna keep this video suppressed. I know how it is. But I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just wondering.
What kind of light runs from darkness? If light is true, how could it possibly fear what it illuminates? Darkness is not the enemy of the light. It is its purpose. Light exists to illuminate the darkness. It reaches into the depths to reveal what is unknown, and ultimately to integrate that into the whole. Light that runs from darkness is not light at all. It is an illusion masquerading as clarity, still afraid of what it yet doesn't understand. To believe that light and darkness are at war is a complete misunderstanding. Darkness isn't the absence of light, it's a place where it hasn't yet arrived. Darkness is the unknown, the unresolved, the unintegrated. True nature of light is to illuminate without judgment. Why would it need to judge? You don't need to eliminate the shadows, just soften them until they dissolve into understanding. The light that runs from darkness is the light that refuses to fulfill its purpose. Darkness is a canvas for transformation. Without darkness, light has no canvas to demonstrate its brilliance upon. To run from darkness is to rob the light of its creative power.
Yeah, I liked everything you actually said, and some of the times I'm 50-50 with you, but yeah, this was fine. Light is aware of darkness, and light definitely illuminates the dark, and that's the reason for both to exist, and both do exist on this plane. You can have positive and negative things. You can have dark and light things, and just because you're a light being doesn't mean that, hey, I'm going to go to every dark place and be the one that illuminates all the things. Nah, you stop trying to be a hero. We don't need no heroes. Let the others be heroes, and they can go soften the shadows, diminish the dark, whatever they need to do. But you are still a light being in my eyes, so you keep doing the things.
Reported on these so-called like men in dark suits that show up and intimidate witnesses. Honestly, I've been hearing about those cases for so many times, but I've avoided them because it's got so much baggage from men in black. It's just ridiculous. I just didn't even want to be associated with it. But I'd heard it. I can go on until I'm blue in the face. I can go till tomorrow morning with the amount of cases with generals too. But this time, when the mother said that these men showed up and tried to get the daughters to say they were lying and offered her a briefcase full of $100 bills.
Wait, what? The men in black also try to pay you off too? They give you, I could have got money. I could have got money. Are you serious? What if I just make up the things? Yeah, I saw them drones and their thing, the aliens in my backyard, and then boom, $20,000 later, I disappear. Wait. Never mind. I don't want the money. I'm just gonna keep everything to myself. Don't come after me. Don't come to my house. Don't do anything. You stop it. They already know everything, Teddy. They've already been to your house and they've already bugged everything. You already got it. Hey, that is it. Stay safe. Stay strong. Most importantly of them all, stay home, stay safe, and don't be a hero. Just don't do it.
Wake up.